Hi, I'm Kim Berneman, and I'm here again to talk about home management and keeping it plain and simple, keeping it easy to do, with some tips and strategies, tactics to make your best days even better. That's my goal. So first, though, tell me where you're from. Tell me what your struggles are. Tell me what you're dealing with in these crazy days. Send me a message. Send me an email. Leave a comment on a post. Just let me know, and I'll try to let you know what I found to be helpful. And maybe you're struggling with something that I've struggled with in the past. I have 9 children. Their ages are 28, 29, 20, 28. I think he's 28. I think he turns 29 this summer, yes. Down to 12, turning 13 this summer. And we homeschooled all of them all the way, and we live on a farm, and we've had a crazy busy life. And I've been home, but I've also had a lot of side projects and what's it called? Hobbies, interests, passions, topics that I would dive deep on, businesses that we did. We had a goat dairy for a while and made cheese. Market gardening, did that for a while. So, and speaking of, that's one thing I did today was I ordered a lot of seeds and plants to get that going. Again, not the market part. I do not want to sell this year. No. That's not my thing anymore. But I would like to have some food. And just, it's so fun to just go out and get something for supper, get some tomatoes, dig some potatoes, pick some beans. It just is easy. Basil plants, fresh basil, nothing better, and tomatoes, so good. So yeah, I ordered seeds today. Speaking of food, I have to tell you this little story. My daughter, one of them that's married, she picked up did a Walmart pickup order today, went and she accepted substitutions. Okay, which is, hit or miss. Sometimes you win, sometimes you're like, no, but oh well. So she ordered 5-pound bag of potatoes. She got one potato. One potato. And it was kind of oh wait, I don't understand, but yes I do. I don't like this situation. What is happening in the world? This is kind of crazy. How long is this going to last? So yeah, I'm going to plant a bigger garden this year than I have the last several years. That's on my list of things to do. So send me a message and let me know what you're doing these days and what your thoughts are, and if you're making any life adjustments looking forward, or if you're just holding tight and I don't know, reading books, watching TV, Netflix, binging on that. I actually haven't yet. I think because I had so many things stacked up that I wanted to do that I have just been trying to catch up. And maybe one of these days I'll start to binge a little bit on Netflix, but not yet. So anyway, what was I going to talk about today? Oh, starting on projects. Sometimes the starting is the hard part, and I found some little tricks to get past that. Usually it has to do with my attitude, adjusting my attitude. So one thing I found helpful is to decide on a start time. And this can even be as basic as setting your alarm in the morning. What time are you going to get up, and what things are you going to click through right off? Another thing you can do is set an alarm for a time during the day. Say at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to do a certain project, a task. whatever it is, doesn't matter how big or small, whatever it is that you are struggling to actually get started in doing, give yourself a time. This is when I'm going to do it. And then mentally prepare, visualize, make a picture of what it is going to look like when you're done with the project, and visualize the steps it's going to take to get to that point. What things do you need to do to get ready for the project, to make it successful? Are there tools you need to gather? Do you want to put on some music? What are those mental steps that you need to do in order to get to the starting place of that task? So visualize, think. If you even need to do this, and I do sometimes, write it down. Write down what things you're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or the tool list. Let's say you're going to paint a room. What are the tools you need to get? Okay, so write it down, and then you can find out, oh, I can't paint. I remember that the brush got destroyed last time I painted, so I really can't paint until I get a new brush. Well, now you know. So then you can go get a brush. You know what I mean, though? Sometimes you have to make the list of the tools and the tasks in order to get started. That's part of the, excuse me. I'm not sick. That was just allergies. Visualizing the things that you need to do in order to get started with a task. And that's also part of the physically preparing for the task. Sometimes I need to drink some coffee first. Sometimes I need a snack. Sometimes I need, for the energy, maybe I just need a drink of water. There's also music. What kind of music do I want to listen to when I'm doing it? Sometimes I want to just chill out and get in this real calm, quiet place when I'm doing a task. And other times I want to just click through it and I need something fast-paced, So think about that. Get it all ready. Start at your time. Go. Also, think about what you want to do for a reward. This goes kind of back to the picturing and visualizing. What are you going to do when you're all done with this? What is going to be your reward? Are you going to sit down in a comfy spot and have a cup of tea? Maybe you're going to read a chapter of your book. Oh, that was a classic for me. I would choose because I love to read. I would choose some task that needed done, and as soon as I was done with that task, then I was going to sit down and read a chapter. And then when I was done with that chapter, then I was going to go do another work thing, and then I could read another chapter. So I used book chapters as a reward. So what is your reward? Sometimes for me it's also scrolling through Pinterest. That's what I want to do when I'm done with a task. Go outside, go for a walk, that kind of thing. Boy, the lighting is bad now because it's so bright. Oh well. I'm, obviously not an expert at videoing or Instagramming TV. This was great when it was raining all week. Now the sun came out, but my grass is green. You see that? The grass is green back there now. Good stuff. Okay, so timer. Using a countdown timer, that is really key for helping kids move fast when you're working with them. So using a countdown for the project when you're going to start it. So let's say, kids, in 20 minutes, we're going to start with this laundry folding mess that we've got here. So I'm going to set the timer, and when that timer buzzes, you are done with whatever you're doing, and we are all going to gather together, and we're going to fold this laundry. Okay, so especially that works if it's a kind of kitchen timer that goes tick, 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 because they hear it and they know, okay, it's going to go soon, and then I have to fold laundry. It's also helpful to use those kind of timers, or on your phone, to for like, you're gonna work for 25 minutes, let's say. So you don't want to do this task for any longer than you have to because you hate it so bad, or you're so overwhelmed, or maybe it's a room that has become like a collecting place, and it's so overwhelming to think about going through it and sorting and cleaning and organizing and ordering and stuff. So if you commit to working on it for 25 minutes at a time, then little by little it gets done. So that's another useful way to use a timer, 25-minute increments, 25, 25, 25. And then as long as that thing's going, you're going to work hard. But at that, as soon as it's done, 25 minutes later, you can stop and have your reward. Read the book of your chapter of your book, or, watch a 30-minute show on TV, or, play a game with the kids, something like that for a reward. Let's see. Also, when you're working with kids, racing the clock. How fast can we get this done? So using the stopwatch on your phone to time how long it's going to take. And then the great thing about that is a lot of times the kids discover, oh, that chore doesn't take very long at all. I mean, I kind of think that the kids figured out it takes 2 minutes to unload the dishwasher. And that's when everything is set, because I like to have all my dishes and glasses really close down low by the dishwasher, so it's just real easy to just shuffle it from one to the other. And the kids have learned, okay, 2 minutes, and they'll come in 2 minutes, it's done. Sometimes it's helpful to learn that a task is not as big as it seems. It really only, how long does it take to clean a bathroom? That's a great one too to use with the kids. And the stopwatch timer. Let's see. Folding a load of laundry. I think I already talked about that. But sometimes it's helpful with the stopwatch part of folding laundry is, it looks like a big mountain, but if it's towels go really fast when you're using a stopwatch. So, if you can mentally say, there's a big pile of towels or jeans, it doesn't take long. White clothes, all the underwear and the socks and the t-shirts and those kind of things, that takes longer. Well, now you know. It takes maybe 10 minutes to fold that load of white clothes. And it also helps you plan in the day. Okay, I have 10 minutes here. I have 2 minutes there. What can I do? Now you know. Helps with planning. Another fun thing to do with, especially, I think, afternoon chore time or cleaning the kitchen, that kind of thing, is to set, and I learned this from my kids. They like to do it. The girls like to do it when they're cleaning their bedroom, because they can make their bedroom look pretty bad when it looks like they don't have a wardrobe, they have a floordrobe. I'm talking about teenage girls, and their clothes are all over the floor, and they have school stuff everywhere, and they didn't make their bed. It's a big mess. They will set up the camera and do the time-lapse video. And then I have a son-in-law who has a welding shop and mechanic shop, and he will sometimes do the same thing, and I'll get a Snapchat, and it's a time-lapse of him doing something. And so they're always fun to watch. I love to watch the transformation. You start with this mess, and then all of a sudden, like 20 seconds later, you have this beautiful thing. Well, do the same thing with your kids in the kitchen. When you're all working in there and everybody has their chore, and you're just going to go in there and clean it up, set it up. You don't need to have a tripod. You can use, prop it up somewhere. Prop up your phone in the camera setting, time lapse, and go. It's fun. I think it is anyway. And obviously the kids do too. They send them to me. All right, so let me make sure I covered everything that I was going to today. It looks like it. So I hope this gave you some great ideas on how to just get started with a task that's not maybe a fun task that needs done, how to motivate the kids and make it more fun, and and using the stopwatch, using the timer, using a time-lapse video, those kind of things, putting on some music. Oh, speaking of music, I have to do this every single time somebody great dies. Listen to that music. So today it's Kenny Rogers. We've been listening to Kenny Rogers music today. And we'll continue for a little bit. All right, so head on over to my website and drop your email in, and that will give you access to the free resource library. And in the free resource library are menu plans. There are examples of chore charts. There are big lists for cleaning, and I think there's some spring cleaning in there. There's There's a Hygge list of being cozy at home, which I think is really great these days. Just to go through there and think, okay, what next? What can we do to make this more pleasant? And trying to think. But anyway, there's like 20 some different things. There's the first chapter of my book is in there, and the appendix on what to do when you're feeling overwhelmed, that's in the free resource library. And then also when you drop your email in, you will start getting a newsletter. Every single week I send one out, and it usually has information on how helpful things to do, just like I'm doing with this video, only it's written. And in case you didn't notice, I write better than I speak. But anyway, I was compelled to do these videos because of these crazy days, just to bring some, I don't know what, entertainment, levity, and to help people who maybe aren't accustomed to being at home. So if you know of anybody who is not used to being at home, not used to being at home with their children, let them know that I'm doing this, and let them know about my website and the free resources there, and the blog post and the newsletter. There's stuff out there that can be helpful. So let your friends and family know about that. And also, I also thought it would be appropriate to make an ebook of that is, my goal is the price of a cup of coffee that contains the heart of what is in my book, Home Management Plain and Simple. So here's my book, and it's kind of big, and who knows if it even, I don't know, is Amazon delivering physical books? I mean, I thought it was just necessities, food and toilet paper and stuff like that. So anyway, this is available on ebook, but I thought, I mean not ebook, but through Kindle. But I thought an ebook that is smaller, more condensed, the meat of it, at an affordable price of a cup of coffee. I'm working on that. So hopefully that will be put together next week. So let your friends know, okay? And thank you for joining me today